Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. The chat is up and running. How's everybody doing today? I'm great. No nap, but I had peanuts for lunch. I can't help it. I love peanuts. I know a lot of people have allergies, and I'm sorry. But hopefully someday they'll come up with a cure. Okay. I just think peanuts are a great lunchtime snack. I had the roasted in the shell. Yeah. I like them. I can't help it. Yeah, no nap, but I had the peanuts, so I'm good. So, what's on your mind today? What on today? What's new in your part of the world? It's quiet here, Michigan. Our weather's turned back nice. It's in the 40s today. We got 60 degrees in the forecast for Saturday, so I'm looking forward to a good weekend. We're right on the verge of winter hitting, but our snow that was down melted. Those of you that don't live in the snow areas of the world probably don't understand, but we get a little bit of cabin fever in the wintertime. It's from being closed in, not getting enough fresh air, not getting enough sunlight. Triggers depression in a lot of people. I take a daily vitamin. I got it right here. D Pure. I got too much glare. Can't really see the label. Let me see if I can shade it a little. Yeah, D Pure. Well, I got the lighting so you can't see off the white bottle. But it takes care of the shadows on my face, so it's a trade-off, I guess. But yeah, it's a supplement for not getting enough sunlight in the wintertime. And I take them year round now, one a day. Crumbelina got me hooked on those. She has me, she's my vitamin supplier. I just order them through her because she gets free shipping. Okay. But yeah, depression's a big thing in the wintertime. Oh, a lot of people call it holiday depression, but it's still it all goes together, You do less socializing with people, you get less sunlight, more time alone. People spiral. And as a human being, you learn over time that you don't want to be depressed at all. It's bad for your health. I like sunlight, a lot of sunlight. Generally, I have a tan. I didn't get out much this summer. Well, I was working on my computer, obviously, putting the show together. But it's a real depression is a real thing. I guess that's my only point. Your mental health has direct correlation to your physical health, whether you realize it or not. So I supplement with the vitamin D3. Keeps me happy and smiling. So what's going on today, people? Are you happy? Are you sad? Somewhere in between? What are your plans for today? No, I'm not advertising. I'm just stating that I take them. They are not a sponsor of the show, and I probably should not be doing this. But, you know, I'm trying to be open and honest with people. Oh, don't be afraid. I'm not scary yet. Maybe later. You never know. Welcome, Hantu Nunu. He's the OG ghost. The OG ghost of his country. This is not green. This is gray. Well, kind of gray. It looks more bluish to me, but. And it's not scrubs. This is not doctor's gear. Yeah, gray. I'm not a doctor. Oh, you need to borrow my glasses then. I'm teasing. Okay. It probably has to do with the lighting in here. The lighting is somewhat subdued today. All right. He wants me to move closer to the camera. Actually, I can do this. How's that? Any improvement? Well, now it's so close, I'll probably scare people. It's really gray. I promise. I wear two color t-shirts. Let's back that up. All my life, I used to wear white t-shirts. When I retired, I no longer wear white. Now I wear gray and black. Well, you may consider my face friendly, but I can't guarantee that everyone does. I mean, if you got a high definition TV, I apologize because this is as good as I'm ever going to look. It's not going to improve. The makeup artist, she doesn't do a good job. I don't know why. She didn't even shave today. No, I have no makeup artist and I don't wear makeup. I'm teasing. No, well, whoever said that I was a good guy to begin with? I've never said that. Well, it's a fine line between good guy and bad guy. All right, look at just envision, if you would, a white picket fence. On one side of the fence, you got the good. On the other side, you got the bad. Throughout my life, I stayed pretty close to the center. But from time to time, I might have had one leg drop off on one side and one leg drop off on the other. I tried to straddle the fence. I tried to stay right down, my goal was to become the epitome of mediocrity. Yes, the gray area for the guy in the gray shirt. Well, my philosophy was if you're going to end up in hell, make sure you get a management position. I'm sorry. I'm joking. It's all in jest, okay? I had peanuts for lunch. I'm in a good mood. What can I tell you? I wouldn't call myself a wizard. I'm not too magical. I have seen magic that works, but I'm not magical myself. I thought about watching that whole Lord of the Rings thing. I might do it sometime. Maybe this winter. Well, I like to give myself treats, little tiny rewards. They mean so little, but they do great for your mental attitude. It's kind of like self-bribery. Yeah, what are there? 3 of them or 5 of them or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll watch them this winter. 3. I prefer to binge and I'll like try to watch all 3 in the same day. I haven't watched a lot of shows because when I was working, streaming was not available. Then once I retired and I started streaming, I had 40 years of TV to catch up on. So like when I worked swing shift, there were a bunch of good sitcoms that were on. Specifically, a show named Cheers. I never got to watch Cheers while I was working. I always had to work. So once I started streaming, I went back and I found Cheers and I watched like 18 seasons in, I don't know, 9 days. What was that sound? Oh, somebody was putting something on my door, I believe. A paper hanger. Yeah, I have a sign that I put on the door that says "Do not disturb, podcast in progress," and I list the hours 3 to 5 Eastern. Doesn't say in Eastern on the note, but Well, it could be somebody from the complex, you know. I'll check it at 5 after the show's over. Can't be too important. Yeah, this mic seems to pick up a lot of noise. The one I liked was the basketball dribble. Mortal Kombat movies. I think I've seen one or two. They're like borderline. I think they've got a third one coming out. I think I saw it advertised. But yeah, I went back and I saw 18 seasons of Cheers because I had always wanted to see that, but I never could. And I used to have my customers in the casino talking to me about Cheers, and I'm like, never seen the show. I don't know. So I went back and I watched it when I started streaming, and I'm like, oh, that's what they were talking about. And to be honest, it was pretty funny. I liked a particular cast member. I liked, who was it? Oh, the guy that played Norm. I thought he was hilarious. But yeah, the hours that I was working in the casino industry weren't copacetic with primetime television. Yeah, I liked Kirstie Alley, but she wasn't my favorite character on the show. My favorite character was Norm. I liked Kirstie Alley a lot. She did eh, so. Shelley Long. She was all right. The character that they had her portray in that was somewhat psychotic. I mean, she was an emotional roller coaster. Well, I liked the character of Norm. He's like the loyal customer. No, the show was about the drama of a bar. At least that's what I got out of it. I was not what you'd call a loyal bar patron ever in my life. I went to bars when I was young, but never just one bar or just two bars. I went to all the bars. Till I got thrown out. I'm on my Gatorade. Cheers? I thought there were more like 18 seasons. Yeah, I gotta have my Gatorade. Get my electrolytes. Yeah, it was a lot. There were a couple of shows like that, sitcoms that they were aired in prime time, and my schedule never allowed me to see them. Yeah, George Wendt is the one I'm talking about that played Norm. Ted Danson was good, but I thought that one of his other shows was actually funnier. He played a doctor. Yeah, what was the name of that? Becker. Yeah, Becker. There was a show that Ted Danson was in that was called Becker, and I liked that. I thought that was funnier. He played a neurotic doctor. So if you want to chat, I got to get better about talking about this stuff. If you want to chat, go to youtube.com and download their Discord app, and then you can get into the chat and join the conversation. Yeah, I haven't seen Kevin in probably a week, maybe longer. I'm worried about Ordek. Our friend Ordek was he's right next to a war zone, basically. He's in Latvia trying to go to law school. I figured Kevin was busy because they had the airport there was just slammed with all kinds of military action. They had all these planes coming. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Been busy? Aloha to you too. Yeah, I saw you had a bunch of tankers flying in there the other night. I don't know if that was last night or 2 days ago or something. I'm not trying to get base business. I'm just trying to make conversation. How the kids? They staying out of trouble? Preparation and greed are meeting? Yeah. Well, greed is running rampant all around the globe right now. I've been staying out of trouble. I've been being good. And so's Nunu. Nunu is staying out of trouble too. But his parents have been out of control. Well, they're trying to get him to eat fish he didn't want to eat, making him wake up in the middle of the night to change light bulbs. Yeah, I understand that. I feed my neighbor at least once a year, whether she wants it or not. I cook her a meal. She's a good neighbor. So I take one day a year at least, minimum, and let her know that I appreciate her. You getting ready for the holidays with those kids? We got Thanksgiving coming up. Speaking of Thanksgiving, on the 27th of this month, I will not have a show. I'll be watching football and eating turkey. I can't put my show on when the Lions are on TV. I've had the same fishing equipment for years. I would imagine it's like anything else. It's probably getting pretty pricey in the stores. I'm an apartment dweller, so I have telescoping fishing rods. I fish for bass mostly, but I like to catch perch and bluegill. Ooh, there's a guy named Dusty Baker that's got a YouTube channel, and he is raising wild turkeys in southern Oklahoma. His show's called Cross Timbers Bison. The turkeys aren't the stars of his show, but he's trying to reintroduce wild turkeys to his area. And he raised 7, and one of them hung out and stayed at the ranch. So now he's doing like another 20. And I love beautiful sunsets. Unfortunately, sometimes bad things make beautiful sunsets, like fires. Sometimes the smoke gets up in the atmosphere, and then the sunlight starts going down behind it, and it can come out pink or orange or red. Yeah, if you got land, you can raise animals. I've never had land. I always did my hunting and fishing on friends' land or public land. That Cross Timbers Bison, that guy's got 186 acres, I think, in southern Oklahoma. But I saw one of his episodes. I think it was 3 years ago or something. He was up the Grand Tetons, and there was a fire in the area, and he filmed a beautiful sunset. I think he was just outside of Yellowstone. I don't see sunrises anymore. I sleep right through them. I slept in till 10 this morning. Well, I stayed up late last night. I stayed up till 2 in the morning, so I slept in till 10. You probably got to get up and go to work. You probably see a lot more sunrises than I do. Nunu probably sees the sunrise. Yeah, I was watching some crap last night. I don't remember what it was. Well, when I was in Vegas, I was up all night every night. I generally tried to go to bed by 8 in the morning. Yeah, I need sunlight. But all those years I was in Vegas, you didn't want to be out during the heat of the day because it was triple digits. $115 in the shade with zero humidity. Yeah, that's Vegas from June until October, triple digits every day. Yeah, it's high desert. Well, the nice part was that there wasn't really snow and it never really got super cold. In the winter, it probably dropped down to 30 degrees, maybe Fahrenheit. Oh, well, Detroit Lions have never won the Super Bowl until this year. We're going to win this year. I say we like they're staying here in the apartment. Well, that's what I didn't like about Florida was the humidity. I would imagine Hawaii's the same way. Yeah, but no Super Bowls. The Super Bowl wasn't started until, oh, rain every day? That'd be depressing. And Nunu's in charge of statistics. He's our detail guy. In Vegas in the summertime, I used to take 3 showers a day. Yeah, that's why I say the Lions have never won. I uh, I think this week's game is going to be very telling for the Lions. Actually, the next 3 opponents that the Lions face are going to determine how their season goes this year. The offenses in the NFL this year are struggling, and I think that has to do with the negotiated treatment of players. Tell them, Kevin. Most Americans, I don't know about the rest of the world, but most Americans could not hunt and fish to survive. Most of them would die. You got to be able to survive. You got to be able to hunt and fish and provide for your family. You got to be able to farm. Most of these people couldn't survive. Now, when it comes to hunting and gathering skills, they all fail. They can only go to the grocery store to survive. They can't put food on their own table. We've got a lot of people in the United States that are more dependent on everyone else than they realize. If you go to a state like Alaska, just about everyone there can hunt and fish. They would survive. But you go to a town like Los Angeles, those people would be doomed. They couldn't hunt and survive. They couldn't even find the food. Okay. Well, when push comes to shove, you better be able to hunt and fish, because the grocery store, the shelves are going to be empty by the time you get there. And there ain't going to be no truck coming in when it gets down to it. Well, I grew up in Michigan, and as a kid, I started hunting and fishing very young. I was fishing by age 7 or 8, and I was hunting by age 10. Yeah, we have scouts. They're not as big as they used to be. I think that scouting was mismanaged. Yeah, they still sell them. But they're not, I don't know, they're not priced decently anymore. Yeah, they slide by on it. It's not really what we call child labor. I had my first job when I was 5 years old. What about you, Kevin? How old were you when you started working your first job? Tigers. Yes. Job that paid money. I had my first paid money job at age 5. At age 5, I cleaned up the back room of a newspaper delivery hub. I would come in after everyone took all the newspaper boys took all their newspapers out to go and deliver them. I would clean up the room of all the trash and then sweep up every day. I made 50 cents a day. Yeah, I did a lot of yard work when I got older, and I was big enough to push a lawnmower, shoveling snow too. Well, what about you, Nunu? Well, how old were you when you got your first job that paid you money? Then I did everything. I did newspapers. I did any kind of cleanup for any of my neighbors. Anything that they needed help with, I'd go and assist. A quarter and a soda? Man, I wasn't getting soda pop as a kid. I had to buy my soda pop. That's what I bought with my 50 cents. Is I would go get a chocolate Coke. Well, when you had neighbors that didn't want to clean out their own garage, they would pay you to clean their garage. And then taking newspapers door to door. Lumpia. Yeah. 50 cents was a full day of work when I was 5 years old. I'd get there at 8 in the morning and I wouldn't finish up until maybe 2 or 3 in the afternoon. The newspapers came in huge bundles. They were wrapped with wire. You had to disconnect the wire, and then there was brown paper over the outside you took off. And then the newspapers had to be folded so that the guys that delivered the newspapers could get those in their satchels. Now, I grew up in a poor neighborhood. Same thing with taking care of their dogs, you know. My mother used to loan me out to people too. One of my neighbors would tell my mother that they needed help, and my mother would volunteer me. Sometimes real dirty jobs. Yeah, grandmas are always helpful like that, right? Your first job was in college? Man, oh man. You had it easy. Grandma always fed us the best. She had the best food, the best cookies, always the best candy. I can remember I had to do dishes at my house, my chores. I had to do dishes every other day. I had to take out all the trash. I had to mow the lawn and shovel the sidewalk in winter. I had to go out and start mom's car in the winter when it was cold, knock the snow off the car. And maybe once a week, I had to vacuum. Plus, I always had to babysit the younger children. I had to be in charge of the younger children. I was the oldest in my family. Nobody knows how to cook crackers. I saw a video the other day of fruits from North America that nobody uses anymore. Uh, Black currants, gooseberries, mulberries. People used to harvest these and then prepare them and store them for winter. And we cut those trees down now. We ignore them. Nobody knows how to cook those foods anymore to prepare them. And nobody knows how to make crackers anymore now because it's too easy to go to the store and buy them. Nobody cooks them at home. Yeah, I remember. And my grandma used to make chocolate fudge. Oh, I loved her fudge. That was great stuff. My mother used to make her own jams and jellies. She would can at the end at harvest season. She would can tomatoes and pickle cucumbers, all that stuff for winter. And she would put up jams after her garden was emptied. Then she would go out and buy fruits and put up jams and make jams and jellies. Yep. Yeah, I remember. Thank you, Nuna. There used to be a lot of things that were made at home that are now no one ever makes them. We used to get fresh baked bread. Nobody bakes bread anymore. They go to the store and buy it. I used to I used to love fresh bread right out of the oven. Get a slice of that, put a bunch of butter on it. Oh, that was so good. And the house smelled good because they were baking. I think that's an excuse because in the old days they worked too. They had jobs. They came home from their jobs and still did their cooking. I can remember I used to help with the prep work, snapping peas or green beans or peeling potatoes or shucking corn. I love fresh corn. Well, a lot of people don't even cook anymore. A lot of younger people don't cook at all. They get every meal from a different restaurant. Exactly. I don't do any fast food anymore. It's not healthy. Yeah, we have Uber. I use an outfit called Instacart, and I go to their website, order what I want from the grocery store, and they bring it right to my front door. I ain't no great grandpa. I'm only a grandpa. Okay. Ain't no great. Don't make me older than I am. I'm getting old fast enough on my own. My granddaughter is 17, and she better not have no babies for a long time, at least 10 more years. Okay. Yeah, don't get me any older than I am, believe me. Well, I'm always going to be pretty. Unfortunately, there's no way to get younger. We can all get old, but we can never get younger. All right, 1 hour. Yeah, I need to do better with the show. I got to tell people how to chat more often because we get people in here that never chat. No, you're never going to be able to turn back the clock. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think that it goes the other way. They're just trying to sell you something. No, I would not be Ricky Gervais. No, I'd probably look more like Willem Dafoe. People that go to space for over a year, they shrink. They lose height. No, I'm not bald. My father, 87, he's still got a full head of hair. I've been told that I look like Willem Dafoe. I could shave. It would only take me a couple of months to grow it back. Yeah, I'm all about unconditional love. All about it. You can't pick and choose for people. It's like I'm divorced 3 times. You know that, right? All my ex-wives, I still love them. I can't help it. I just love them like a sister now. They're good people. They just didn't want me. They traded me in for a newer model. I call it disposable love. Yeah, it is sad. Yeah, my sons are taking it hard. It's rough on them. I think it's hard to watch people die, especially people you care about. But I mean, I think it's hard to watch anyone die. Especially cancer. Cancer, it starves them to death. Yeah, my right shoulder's all screwed up right now. Yeah. I call it old man itis. I think I hurt my shoulder with groceries. I had a case of bottled water and I put it up on my shoulder to carry it in, and I screwed up my shoulder. Well, they might cure some forms of cancer, but I don't think they've cured all forms. Some cancers are fast acting, some cancers spread faster than others. All cancer really is abnormal cellular growth. Yeah, I think that's what I did. It was just with a case of water. Vibration is very interesting field. I think vibration is how they built the pyramids in Egypt. Those big stones that they had to move, I think they moved those with vibration. Think about it. They didn't have any heavy equipment. All they had was manpower. Oh yeah, I'm sure if they found a cure, I'm sure that they would sell it to the highest bidder, but they would not give it away for free. Unfortunately, the greed are in the healthcare industry as well. I saw it's probably 2 years ago they came up with a cure for what was it, hemophilia, and their cure they were trying to sell for $3.5 million. Yeah. He stayed alive a long time because of his money. But if you have a cure, I don't think you should be selling it for profit. I think you should be giving it to people for free and saving them just because you're a decent person. But my opinion. Yeah, the corporations then buy up his invention and hide it forever. Plastifuel? No, I haven't heard of that. It's kind of a misnomer. Well, plastic comes from oil. Oh, nice. Yep. Well, the problem is that the businesses have all the money and then they buy up everything and then suppress the knowledge so no one gets to share in it. It's not right. It's like all the drug companies. They come up with a drug and then they cannot make a knockoff of the same drug for a period of 10 years. Well, they know that it'll eventually put them out of business. I'm still figuring out why they can't desalinize water. Why can't they take the salt out of the ocean? If they can take the salt out of the ocean, then why would we need salt mines anymore? If you do a little research, you'll find out that underneath Lake Michigan, down by Chicago, there's a huge salt mine. They're taking it from the ground. Take it from the water. I think we inevitably are going to have to go to the ocean to live. Eventually, we're going to run out of land and we're going to have to go live in the ocean. Yeah, oil and gas industries are pretty crooked. A beautiful thought of the future? Those don't happen anymore. Only in your dreams. Okay. Maybe in Nunu's book. And Nunu is writing a book based on imagination. Maybe in his book he's got a beautiful thought of the future. Possibly. I like to think positive, but it's very hard nowadays. You think positive and you think positive thoughts, but then reality crashes down. The inevitability of war, the inevitability of starvation. Yeah, it would be so dangerous if people had flying cars. People can't drive on the road, let alone in the sky. Okay. There'd always be some guy wanting to take a shortcut through the air. I don't think you can have a flying taxi. The only one that could afford it would be the rich man. And what do you mean by new capital of Indonesia? Are they moving your capital city? I think in China they'd be more shortcuts. Nusantara? I'll have to look that up. Nusantara. Hmm. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, Nunu. Depends on what you want to say. I have some words on block, and there are some words that will get us in trouble with YouTube. Yeah, New York is our financial capital, but our government capital is Washington, D.C. Yep, V-neck t-shirt, so it doesn't choke me. I have a big Adam's apple. So I prefer the V-neck. Well, Switzerland's a small country, though. Indonesia is quite large. Yeah, Adam's apple. I didn't name it. Kevin and his sense of humor. Oh my goodness. I miss that. I miss your sense of humor. Okay. Make me smile. Okay. Eve had the gag reflex so that she could eventually get pregnant and have a baby. Yeah, I used to, back in the day when I was exploring different religions and I was talking to different priests and pastors and rabbis and such, I used to always come up with questions that they could not answer. And one of them was about Adam and Eve. I told them, I said, well, then it had to be premarital sex. There was no one there to marry them. The priest didn't like talking to me too much. I came up with very difficult questions. They were telling me about their Bible, and I said, who wrote it? Why didn't he put his name on the book? When I was 14 or 15, very young, I went to every different church I could find to explore their religion. I was looking for answers. Yep. We have that with some of our pets nowadays. They have issues because the species has been inbred too many times. I bought a Persian cat back in the day, and I was going to breed Persian cats. And this female cat I took in to the vet, and I'm like, why can't she get pregnant? And he did exams on her, and he told me that she had been inbred too many times and that her uterus never developed, so she couldn't have cats or kittens. A lot of people are going for C-sections nowadays. Yeah, and I paid big money for that cat too. But they've inbred the species so much that if you're going to try to breed a cat, you buy a Persian cat here, you better go to Persia to get another one, because the bloodlines here are too intermixed. And it causes physical deformity. Same thing with incest. You inbreed too much and it's not good. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I wanted to breed the Persians for a business. I looked at it as a business investment. And then I wanted to, in turn, sell the kittens to make back my investment plus a small profit. Nope. Kevin, you crack me up, dude. Well, kids are expensive. I like dogs and cats, but I have neither now. Now I focus on taking care of me. Three Kings made you cry? It didn't make me cry. Yeah, I'm aware, right? Who was the guy there? A very famous actor that starred in that. I can't remember his name. Clooney? Was that a Clooney movie? I don't think it made me cry. But I haven't seen it for years. Oh, yeah. I don't like torture. Well, rabbits, ducks, goose, and chickens, I eat. Sorry. I like betta fish. They are very pretty, but they fight with other bettas. They don't get along. Kevin's always got a twist. Okay. There's always a twist in his logic. I like it. I used to hunt rabbits and ducks, geese. I never hunted chickens, but I had chicken for dinner 2 nights ago. Sparrows I can hear right outside my door right now. Kevin cracks me up because of the twist. I expect it, but I still don't see it coming, even though I expect it. How far south? Well, it's better than talking about torture. Okay. From what I've seen of Iraq, they need to irrigate the whole country. It's all sand and mountains. I'd order some topsoil in and irrigate the damn country. And to me, I don't understand why some of these countries that are enduring hardship don't make long term changes. Well, then get a bulldozer and push that sand out of the way. In my opinion, do something to change for the long term. The entire Sahara Desert, for example, they could take bulldozers and they could push all that sand straight west and get it all out the way. Then irrigate, throw in some topsoil, some fertilizer. It's right there on the equator. Why isn't it a rainforest? I don't think we're going to have the World Cup here. I think Trump pissed off FIFA, and I think they're going to have it in Canada now. I think that's the new plan. America doesn't deserve it. Trump has pissed off everybody. In all the other countries, Trump pissed them all off with his tariffs. So I don't think the World Cup's going to be here anymore. I think they've decided to move it to Canada. Now, we'll see when it gets closer. It's my belief that they're going to move it. Because America is not treating visitors kindly now. But yeah, if you got some giant, huge ass desert, change it. We've got the technology. No, he's not going to give us any money. No. He's going to give us a larger debt. Same as he did the first time he was in office. He increased our national debt. He's doing the same thing now. Only now with his tariff policies, he's going to decrease our gross domestic product by at least 10 to 15%. Yeah. I think we should change his name from Trump to Epstein. The stock market has nothing to do with this nation's wealth or lack thereof. The stock market has to do with businesses. Right now, these businesses are doing stock buybacks. They're shoring up their individual businesses' financial stability portfolio. Less than 10% of Americans have investments in the stock market. Most people do not. Kevin, there is no kelp in Northern Ireland. You're a sick man. You know what they should put in Northern Ireland? Seriously, what they should put there? What they should put in Northern Ireland is a huge air base for America. Yes. Jews. No, it can't be anti-Semitic. Yeah. Well, they think AI is going to take over the world. It is not. I predict AI will shoot itself in the foot. It will prove itself to be unreliable, inaccurate. Some sounds. Some sounds people make. We were talking about Patsy Cline yesterday. That woman could make some sounds. Yeah. I looked at my VODs the other day, and I'm in the count. I'm in the 50s somewhere, and I looked at a very successful live streamer that I follow named Tom Grossi, and I looked up to see his VODs. He had 4,700. I got 50. Okay, I got a long way to go. I think vibration could be a tool. Personal opinion. Grassi. Hang on. Oh, you are so fast. If you can take sound and use sound to create vibration, that vibration can in turn be turned into a drill. It can harness a lot of power. Yeah. He's got over 4,700 VODs. A creative genius. Yeah. You ain't gonna call no drill sergeant no mosquito to his face. I'll tell you that. He'll take you right back to Tank Hill. Tom Grossi is a very smart young man, and he is carving his own path. I respect him. Yeah, because you probably had a drill sergeant running around kicking you in the ass every 20 seconds. I know how tough those guys were, okay? He supports the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers play the Lions on Thanksgiving Day on the 27th. Oof, 200. Yeah. I could not do 200 push ups anymore. I'm not a young man, Kevin. I'd be lucky to do 10. Seriously, I'm an old man. Yes, the Lions will win. I guarantee it. Ooh, 50 at a time. Oh, my back hurts just thinking about that. When I was young, I didn't mind the physical training of basic, but I did not like the mental. I was at odds. There were too many people able to tell me what to do. I did not like it. I also like to cut my own path. I like to be my own boss. Oh, so you think I'm pretty? Me too. Yeah, I'd probably get along well with your father. Sydney. Sydney who? Sydney Sweeney? And I thought the Scream franchise was a spoof, a comedy about scary movies. Oh, yeah, I've never watched the movies, the whole Scream series. Never have. Hey, I know what you're saying, Kevin, and that is one of the banned words. I'm just telling you, you're getting close. Oh, wow. Yeah. Thank you, Nunu. I don't pay any attention. And that when you guys get to talking, the time goes so fast. All right. So, Nunu, do you understand what Kevin is saying with Foxtrot, Unicorn, Charlie, Kilo? The gods are generous every day. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you understood what Kevin was. Some of his jokes got a twist. You got to be able to understand. Okay. Yeah, I got flying lessons at the local airport going by. Generally in the late afternoon, early evening, they are training pilots. Uh, Single engine Cessna. Yes. The show's name is Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. The hours of the show are Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The only real rules here are please follow the community guidelines established by YouTube. We don't want to piss YouTube off. The main thing I like to talk to people about is live and let live. Be tolerant of one another. Cut people some slack. Give them some space. Try not to sit in judgment over others. Picture yourself as being the most understanding, the most patient, the most compassionate person in the room. These are all good traits, good qualities. It's not your place to run your neighbor's life. And it's not your neighbor's place to run your life. We need to let each other do what we're going to do. While we all have common ground, we are all at the same time individuals. And we all have the right to choose our own path through life. Kevin, God bless you. I'm trying to do my advertisement and he's cracking jokes over here. It's not the falling that kills you, it's the landing. During the fall, you're fine. You can take photographs. I appreciate you guys. It is unconditional love and unconditional understanding. You don't know what your neighbor's going through. You have no idea what's on his plate. There's a lot of stress in this world, and stress is killing people all over the planet. So don't cause anyone stress. Be the kindest man in the room. I dare you. Okay? Lighten up on one another. Believe me, when the shit hits the fan, you're not going to care what that guy's religion is. You're not going to care what his political beliefs are. You're not going to care if he's wearing a dress. When the shit hits the fan, he's going to be the one shoulder to shoulder with you, handling the burden. You've got to give people space. There's only one planet. Share it. Okay? Kevin is the smartest man in the chat. I declare Kevin the smartest man in the chat today. He says, when the shit hits the fan, I close my mouth. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Like and subscribe if you could. It's free. This is a 100% free show. Even though I showed my vitamins today, they are not a sponsor. This show has no sponsors. There's no commercials. There's no upsell. I'm not coming out with my own line of merch. Okay? I'm not running for political office, and I'm not trying to control and manipulate anyone. Your opinion will be heard on this show. You can have your say. I don't care what we talk about. You shouldn't either. Okay? I don't have an agenda for this show. The agenda is to have a good time and to communicate with other people. I welcome you. This is an inclusive show, not an exclusive show. We're not keeping people out. It's the reverse. We're inviting everyone in. Join us. Have a laugh. Have a conversation. It's free. But I do ask you at the end of each show to live and let live. Don't try to micromanage your neighbors. Leave those damn people alone. Cut them some slack. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're dealing with. Until you know everyone else's perspective, how do you know your perspective is the correct one? So we need to communicate. We need to talk. The reason we have cities, the reason we have towns and villages is because when human beings work together, they succeed. Doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone. Doesn't mean you have to like everyone. But you do need to give them a shot, because when the shit does hit the fan, that neighbor that you're trying to sit in judgment over could prove to be your best friend. The one that jumps to my mind is the flood. When we're all standing in chest deep water, the first boat that comes by, do you care if the guy's wearing a MAGA hat? I don't think you care. You just want to get the hell out of the water. And vice versa. Are you going to be in the boat and are you going to tool by and watch one of your neighbors drowned? No, you're not. You might joke, you might crack a smile even, but you're not. You're not that type of a person. We all do the right thing. When push comes to shove, we all stand shoulder to shoulder and we deal with the emergencies together. We have more in common than you realize. My opinion. If you'd like to disagree, feel free to jump in the chat. Let's talk about it. I want to thank Kevin and Nunu, the stars of today's show. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you. It's been a marvelous day. Let's have another one tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly, and I'll tell you, it is my belief that if you're nice to everyone all of the time, all that niceness and kindness will come back to you tenfold. So I'll close by saying, be nice. You'll like the end result. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.